Here's something I'm really looking forward to as the weather turns cooler. Football games, maple cinnamon lattes, and slipping into a cozy sweater from Quince. All Quince items are priced 50 to 80% off less than similar brands. That includes beautiful leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim, and so much more, you guys. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. And of course, premium fabrics and finishes for that luxury feel in every piece. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me wear my new pieces from Quince, the 100% European linen wide leg pants and the 100% European linen tank that matches. They are the perfect mindless throw on and go to small group, record a podcast episode, coffee with a friend, or chase the boys at the park. So comfortable, can be styled so easily, and give a chic look with minimal effort, especially when you add a Quince sweater. Get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/realtalk for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/realtalk to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/realtalk. Welcome to Oh and Also, the Friday bonus mini episode of Real Talk with Rachel Autry. This is where I get to slow down, hang out, share a little bit more about what's been happening behind the scenes, whether that's life updates, things I've been loving recently, a random thought I've had and I've been reflecting on. It's a space for me to chat unfiltered about the highs, the challenges, and some fresh insights from my walk with Jesus that have been shaping me recently. Think of it like a casual catch-up between friends, unscripted, full of heart, and perfect for easing into your weekend. So whether you're on a walk, driving, or curled up with your favorite drink, let's dive into this week's Oh and Also. Okay, so I just was in Fedex printing out something I needed, and a song came on, and it was by Fleetwood Mac, and it was called like Say You Love Me or something like that. I can't really remember, honestly. I should, because I just Googled what it was. But anyways, I don't. And it had me do something that I'm like, I don't know if I've ever told really anyone that I do this. But it is amazing. And it has led me to this thought of like, how do you continue to celebrate people that you grieve or are grieving, that you may have lost? And so for me, long story short, I have a list of songs, a playlist of songs in my Spotify of songs that remind me of my dad. And they're so fun to put on whenever I'm like, oh, I just miss him. Like, I just so badly want to spend time with him. Like, I almost just pretend for a moment or for an hour or longer sometimes that I'm in the car and I'm just driving with him, and I put on some of the songs that like remind me of him. So tons of like Eric Clapton, Fleetwood Mac, I'm trying to think of like Eagles. Who else did he always listen to? It feels like oh man, why am I just not blanking? Oh, James Taylor. Like people like that was just really who he loved. And so it has me thinking like, what are ways that we continue to celebrate and honor people that we miss, and like actually hold space for grief rather than just brush it away and be like, oh my gosh, like whatever. And when I started doing this, where I just would like embrace the grief and be like, you know what, I like this song, it's hard for me to listen to right now, but it actually can be the sweetest little reminder of the legacy that he left and the ways that I'm able to still honor him even though he's not on this earth. Like, I add it to a playlist and I get familiar enough with it because I listen to the playlist, and like it brings me joy to do so now, that whenever I'm, shopping at Publix and a James Taylor song comes on, because they always have epic playlists at Publix, it bamboozles me a little less. Like sometimes it still gets me, but like most times now I'm like, oh, like my dad loved this. And it's especially really fun too now having two little boys, where I can be like, guys, like your granddaddy Bill loved this song. And they're like, really? I'm like, yes. Or Maddox goes outside and he always sneezes at the sun. It's a thing. It's called like a photo something. I don't know. But it's a thing. And my dad did it too. And he always had 5 sneezes in a row. And Maddox, although he doesn't have 5, he sneezes nonetheless. And it's just really sweet to be like, oh, your granddaddy Bill did that too. And like there are ways to unawkwardly, without it feeling clunky, like weave in grief into our everyday life and acknowledge the void and be like, man, Like, I would so badly want you to know your granddaddy Bill in real life, but like, that's not an option, but we will still continue and choose to celebrate him. And these are just small, simple, sometimes silly ways that I do that. So that was just what happened to me in Fedex while I was printing something. Fleetwood Mac came on, and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I don't know if this song is on my dad's playlist. And so I looked it up on Spotify and I added it to the playlist that I have running for him. Or sometimes I'll think of like random memories will be unlocked to me that I like haven't thought of since that moment that it happened, and I'll make sure like to write them down or call my mom or one of my brothers and share that story and be like, is this real life or am I making this up? And they're like, oh my gosh, no, that actually happened. And I just wonder how many of us are too scared of grief that we just shut it off completely, and it actually isn't giving us the opportunity to move through the grief in the beautiful way that grief is actually created to be moved through. And the freedom that I know on this side, not by any means that I've overcome it and whatever, like I still have moments and it still shocks me, and sometimes I tell my story and I cry and sometimes I don't cry, but like the fact though that like it actually brings me joy now to hear Fleetwood Mac randomly in the middle of Fedex, and I don't have a moment because I've shoved it down so far and it gets brought up and I'm not ready to deal with it. I've like voluntarily dealt with it. Has one, taken a lot of work, two, taken people that are there to help me and listen, but number three, just practice and time. So to my friends that have lost someone they love and it feels really painful, it won't feel painful always forever. You will have really sweet, beautiful moments where you can celebrate too, and I hope that you make a playlist and you write down the memories and that you honor the grief wherever you are. And it just won't last for forever. But I'm so on your team and honoring whoever it is that you are missing with you today. And one more thought that I think could be really cool is that grief is not anything that you should push away or shove. It's actually the evidence that there is something to miss and love in the first place. And I've also heard that grief is just the overflow of love that you never got to share with that person. And so obviously when you love them so much, you're probably going to grieve so much because it's all of the extra that was never able to be poured out on them. So just remember that grief is not holding on to loss. It's not immature. It's actually so mature because grief is holding on to love.
Are you single and navigating the complex world of dating as a Christian? Well, I want you to know you're not alone. I'm Kate.
And I'm JJ.
And together we host the Heart of Dating podcast.
We're here to unmask the ambiguity of dating and help you build a healthy approach to find your person.
Each episode, we tackle tough questions and provide real, relatable advice you won't find anywhere else. And guess what? We hold nothing back.
Yeah, that's right. From heartbreak to hope to real life stories from our listeners, we literally cover it all, bringing you wisdom and insights and sometimes laughter that everyone needs to thrive in any relationship.
Whether you're single or you're in a relationship, you'll find community and support within the Heart of Dating podcast.
So we're inviting you to join the conversation that's changing the ways that Christians date.
Literally, if you want to make dating better, come join us. Let's do this together.
You can subscribe on your favorite podcast platform or
find us on Instagram or on YouTube, Heart of Dating, and you can visit our website to learn more at heartofdating.com.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, no, I was talking to them.
Oh.
Yeah, we're supposed to be telling them about our podcast.
Okay, can you start again?
Yeah. Hello, we are Micah and
Sarah,
hosts of the Fortitude podcast. You may know us from TikTok or Instagram, where we love to have fun and bring joy to people.
but we've also been through some life experiences that have tested and strengthened us as individuals and as husband and wife.
Yeah, like grief, addiction, gay husband, miscarriage.
And that's just to name a few, but we believe we are called to share about the ways our faith has pulled us through difficulty and the lessons we've learned along the way.
We're going to be answering your questions and having guests on to talk about relationships, faith, mentality, ultimately all the things in life that make up the human experience.
Because when you're in a tough season, it is so important to know that you're not alone and you are capable of making it to the other side.
You can follow and subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or anywhere you can listen to a podcast.
We love you all and hope each week you will come away encouraged, hopeful, and equipped with something that helps you grow.